Hi, my name is Dora Chavez. I am also part of Group 2, and this part of the presentation is to introduce the risk factors and barriers for alcohol use among Colonia residents living in Zavala County, Texas. This is a closer look at a Colonia house. The shack on the left side portrays a home to a Colonia resident. It has no door, which does equalize to no privacy. A blue tent as a roof. A water hose is the only possible water resource to shower and wash dishes. A white plastic chair as sitting down furniture, and a black torch replacing electricity at nighttime. Yet, these people still enforce the search for the American dream by placing a flag of the United States over what they call home sweet home. On the right side, we see a beaten down RV, which is being held up with wood logs to help support the structure of what they also call home. Clotheslines about to fall and a dirty background is just a small portion of what pictures like this tell us about its inhabitants. It is very depressing and very real to accept the fact that this problem is going on in such a modern country like the United States. A couple of facts about Zavala County are 37.40% of families and 41.80% of the population were below the poverty line, including 48.90% of those under age 18 and 42.40% of those age 65 or over. The reason why we're bringing this statistic up again is because it's very important to analyze that the two populations suffering the most around this area is the younger population and the elderly population. Zavala County is also considered one of the poorest counties in the United States. The majority of the colonias in Texas lack the following. First one, sewer systems. Second, street lights. Third, paved roads. And fourth, trash bins and trash pickup. This picture portrays one of the many challenges that Colonia residents face whenever they have harsh weather. Due to rain showers, there is constant flooding in colonias, causing habitats for mosquitoes and other dangerous insects. This also damages or in some cases destroys their furniture, leaving them with an empty shack filled only with mold and a horrible smell. So by now you're probably asking yourself, why is alcohol use higher among Colonia residents? Well, to answer this, let's go ahead and take a closer look at the factors that we analyzed for the Colonia residents in Zavala County. The very first risk factor is the low income. The majority of the Colonia residents live on a limited and small budget. In most households, only the male figures like the father, husband, or eldest brother are the ones who are employed. Most Colonia residents work long shifts during extremely hot weather with no job benefits or any type of medical benefits. This increases their stress level. The reason why we chose this picture is because it represents one of the few jobs that are being offered to these Colonia residents, and that would be janitorial work. In most cases, alcohol is used as a stress releaser. Colonia residents deal with high tension stress levels due to their poor living and working conditions. The lack for legal documents like a passport, a birth certificate, a driver license, a Texas ID, or a resident alien card is one of the many risk factors that Colonia residents have. No legal documentation equals fear of deportation back to Mexico. Fear to seek social services like WIC, food stamps, emergency Medicaid, or to even file police reports, or to seek important help from AA meetings for their relatives is much of the many fear that the Colonia residents face. This also affects their ability to seek better jobs or job advancement and a better pay. Risk factor. Language barrier. Most Colonia residents are of Hispanic origin. Their first language is Spanish. Some think that they are too old to learn the English language. Others simply refuse to learn it because they think it's very difficult and they do not see it as a necessity. This cartoon is very funny because it portrays the language barrier. The white man says to the Hispanic man, "Ain't no way y'all should be here if you don't speak English real good." The Hispanic man responds, "Sure, may I suggest you avoid double negatives and don't forget to use an adverb." So remember, do not underestimate Hispanics. Laugh out loud. The health problem, alcoholism in this case, that Colonia residents face can be followed through a pattern of the different risk factors previously mentioned. So think about it and you do the math. No legal documents plus bad job plus no knowledge of the English language plus no better job or pay opportunities plus high stress levels does equal Colonia residents drinking more and more. Or does it? What do you think?